During week 2, through task constraint 2, which gave me a lot more time to position my foot underneath the ball correctly, I was beginning to understand the necessary timing and positioning of my foot underneath the ball. This footage was filmed halfway through the week 2 Monday session, and as you can see, coordination and control was beginning to improve. I eventually reached a stable state of organization with this constraint and passed the exit criteria assessment following the Friday session. Begins the first day of the randomized, more advanced portion of the training program. It took me a while to adapt to this lighter ball, as any extra force or misalignment when making contact with the ball would send it flying in different directions. It's worth noting, however, that by qualitatively assessing technique, we can see how my technique and positioning has improved substantially from the first week. This improvement was illustrated by my daily assessment results, which will be displayed and discussed later. Here is a short compilation of me during the Monday session of week 5, which constituted small ball constraint. You can see my development in juggling this smaller ball as the session goes on. I was definitely getting better. Finally, this is me after the left-footed practice of the final session on Friday of week 5. These are some of the successful attempts of assessment 1 following this session. Clearly, although I had not reached mastery, I was no longer a novice at performing this skill. It is clear to see over the course of the program, skill acquisition in fact occurred. The complex system of my body had worked within the parameters of my intrinsic qualities to self-organize into a relatively stable state, much more stable than prior to commencement. Now, here are all the tracked results from the training program. The red in this table represents all results, and here are the results graphed. Assessment 2 was simply scaled down so that it could be represented on the same plot with other outcomes. As you can see by the positive slope of all the curves, progressions were made throughout the program for all outcomes.